ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On second down, under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A 7-time Pro Bowler with the Cowboys, DeMarcus Ware, in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. And quickly, they get to the line. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Bryant spread out to the right.
Let's go. Bryant 38. Bryant 38.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. 3rd and long for Prescott. He's going to float this one deep right side. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Fielded at about the 28. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part went to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. They run. Anderson. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
When you put together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
So now a 3rd and 12 with an extra defender here in the secondary. A nickel look. Got a man. He finds Sanders. 18 yards there and a 1st down.
They went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key 1st down.
A really nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. Thomas, the lone receiver, left. To throw on 2nd is Simeon. Sanders has it over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They go play action here on first down. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Here's Simeon. This will be caught just inside the 10. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. Now from back at the 9 after that last play, this is third and goal. Now Simeon on third and goal. They set up the screen to Booker. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a fourth down.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And McManus able to put it through, and that'll make this an 8-point game. A decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they do inch a bit closer.
Yeah, still lots of time to go in this one. Take the points, move on, and let your defense try to get the ball back.
And the Cowboys are able to recover. I know they're down, but starting the third quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel that they've got to go ahead and make something happen. Steal a possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in a position to try and win the game.
And he hits Jason Witten, the tight end. Touchdown, Cowboys! Jason Witten, 42 yards. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And coming out now, the Broncos. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
And they'll try to fire up the running game with C.J. Anderson. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Demarcus Lawrence in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. And they're going to go soft on the corners.
Green 39. Green 39.
Indeed going for it. Simeon. And Fowler's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 32 yards. 10th carry now for Anderson. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Again, Anderson. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
Here we go. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Back now at the home of the champs, Sports Authority Field in Denver. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. Second down following the run. They'll try the air now with Simeon. Over the middle here to Brown. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. And now they're in the hurry-up.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Simeon, and he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Now Simeon. And a 2-score game, obviously. Every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
They'll run it. This is Booker. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal. Now it's Simeon. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Desperation time for Simeon on 4th. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders there to make the grab. And the Broncos get a bit closer. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
And that almost makes it a brand-new ballgame. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
On 1st and 10, Prescott is going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll lose lose yardage here, back at the 47. He lost 6, and now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more, plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. Second down, Prescott. He finds his target, Terrence Williams. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. The play clock's running down. Prescott on first down. Dancing to his left. And now he'll look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Darian Stewart. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line. And that's where the return stops. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And they're going to speed things up here.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game. When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Well, this was just...
And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He finds Taylor, complete. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. And that's what you've got your tough little slot receiver for, isn't it? Right there, those 4th down conversions in the middle of the field.
He knows that's where he has to make his living, and that's where he has to make plays to help his team. And no one is asking him to do anything more or less than do exactly what we saw there.
And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Back to the air, Simeon on second down. Green's got it over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They run it again with Anderson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is what every back in the league is supposed to do, exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Another tote here for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Anderson. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. It's a 4-receiver look to the right side. He'll look to throw. Sanders has it over the middle. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Partner, nothing complicated here. This is just a pretty simple drag route.
You're exactly right, Brandon. Instead of throwing it downfield, they just throw it underneath and let the receiver do the work.
And caught, right side, Green. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
They decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice, able to get a hand in and tip it away.
So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
Got him in. He finds Sanders. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20 at the 15. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And this seemingly endless drive continues. Thomas, the lone receiver, left. He's back to throw. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. And that touchdown means a decision has to be made. Do they kick the PAT and tie it up? Or do they go for 2 and try and win it right now?
And now a critical extra point attempt here. And he has got it. So barring something crazy on the kickoff, we're looking at an extra period to decide this one. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do, is either hand it off inside or more likely to take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 20. Two-yard line. After the interception, here's Simeon. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
So following the run, we'll see what they do here on third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on fourth down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
And some courage there. Your side of the field in overtime first drive. Going for it. Wow, they got it, though.
Sometimes you have the feel that whether you turn it over on your side of the field or you punt it away to them and give them the ball, you're not going to be able to stop them anyway. They decided to gamble on themselves, and that was a big pickup.
It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Back to the ground. This time it's Anderson. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
On first down, it's Simeon. Throwing right side, that's complete to Demarius Thomas. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
Green, 39.
Just throw on second is Simeon. On the right side, caught by Green. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56.
Back to the ground, Anderson. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
Looking left sideline, it's complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on.
Here we go. All right, here we go.
3rd and 2, Simeon. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity that just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
So here now is Brandon McManus in a big spot. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. And McManus able to put it through. And that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. All right, so they're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now it'll be up to their defense to try and see this one out.
So remember now, a field goal on this next drive would get us to sudden death. Any kind of turnover or turnover on downs would end the game, as would any touchdown. So this one's still very much up in the air.
They come up in an offset eye. Halfback sent in motion. Here comes the first throw in OT for Prescott. Bryant with a catch right side. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. And quickly, they get to the line. On the give, this is their fullback. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
Well, after that pickup of a first down, I think some of the defensive guys are going to be looking over their coordinator and saying that was not in the scouting report. That went against every tendency most teams have. You don't usually hand the ball to your big guy in that situation. Sometimes you catch them by surprise.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. And he goes in motion here in the backfield. Prescott on first down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Terrence Williams that time. And it's second down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. Bryant, the lone receiver, left.
Here we go.
A second down throw for Prescott. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Fresh set of downs here. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Here's Prescott. Flush to his right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
On second down, Prescott again. Going for it all. Oh, it's intercepted. That'll seal it. Picked off by the safety team.
The light is going down and the weekend's here. Save my soul. I can feel it coming, troubles in the air. Oh my Lord, the light is going down and the weekend's here. Save my soul. Who's on with me? Who's on with me?
On the car, it's like a weekend at Bernie's, and baby, you look the part. I'm about to get it poppin', call a Uber, cause I'm a scuba. Dive while he driving, shot it, rocket, and I maneuver. I know you like it when I put it, yeah. Maybe you should bring a friend along, yeah. Now, I got paper, and I ain't gon' chase you, baby. I'm gon' take you down. Now, come on, shake it, baby, turn that around. I'm like,
oh my Lord. The light is going down and the weekend's here. Save my soul. I can feel it coming, troubles in the air. Oh my Lord, the light is going down and the weekend's here. Save my soul. Who's on with me? Who's on with me?
turn that around. I'm like,
weekend's here.
I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's Ryan's Falcons going up against Newton's Panthers. With that, let's get up to Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. Here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers. Now Ryan on first down. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there. And that'll bring up second down. Here's the offense, and we talk about the tight end, Jacob Tammett.
A lot of people thought of him as simply a safety valve receiver. He can be a primary receiver. Jacob Tammett shows better athleticism than what people expect.
Now it's Ryan. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
Similar to a slant, it's all about timing when you're throwing a crossing route. Quarterback and receiver have to be in sync, and when they put it on them just right and catch it full speed, running through a defense can often result in a big pick.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Thomas Davis. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Here's Stewart, and he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. And the numbers down a bit from their Super Bowl year this season for Jonathan Stewart. Did have some injuries. He finished with 824 yards, 9 touchdowns, though. Good in that department.
When it's around the goal line, he's a terrific runner because he knows how to get there, and he can run through contact, run through trash, as we like to say. That's part of the reason he accumulates the injuries that he does, because he runs inside a lot and takes on those linebackers. But they're going to work on Jonathan Stewart in the offseason, get him healthy, and have him back ready to go for next season.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Grady Jarrett with the tackle. Kelvin Benjamin has to be a feature of this offense that's on your screen now.
Definitely a #1 receiver, a huge target with some speed. It's almost like go-go gadget when he goes up to get the football. No matter how you defend him, he can go just a little bit higher.
And they're just a couple of yards shy of a first down here on third down. 3rd and 2, Newton. A strong running. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. Shift together here from the D-line. On 1st and 10, Newton. They'll set up the screen for Stewart. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And this is a catch by Ted Ginn. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Newton throwing again. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Ted Ginn. Here's a look at the young Atlanta Falcons, although next year, obviously, everyone will be a year older. So rookies like Deion Jones, Keanu Neal, Devondre Campbell, an extra year. Well, their only year, but a year under their belt now to get better.
They're just young and growing, aren't they? I mean, I expect their play to continue to accelerate and elevate. And think about the building blocks they had in front of them. Second-year guys in 2016 who had big years. Grady Jarrett, a monster in the Super Bowl, tied a sack record in that game against New England. And Vic Beasley led the NFL in sacks for the regular season with 15.5 and also had 6 forced fumbles.
Ball in a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. On 4th down, Newton. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
And a look at the defense now. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Second and 10. It's Ryan again. And it's complete to Jacob Tamme. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
And on 2nd and 10 now. Second and 10 now. Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. Over 1,400 yards last year for Jones, just 6 touchdowns, but, of course, he had the big 300-yard game. However, when he was blanketed with coverage, he always opens things up for other guys, doesn't he?
He does, and that's what's benefited Atlanta's offense. Other guys were able to step up. In 2016, Mohamed Sanu stepped up and had his best year as a pro. Austin Hooper, as a young tight end, really developed down the stretch. And Taylor Gabriel, who had come over as a free agent from Cleveland, he really flourished, actually led the team in touchdown catches. But there's only one Julio Jones, and you want to get the ball to him as much as possible. One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. And 10, it's Ryan. Connects with Sanu right side.
And Brandon, I think Mohamed Sanu had a nice career while he was in Cincinnati, but he really elevated 2016 in Atlanta. The most catches for himself in a single season.
59 of them, 4 touchdowns. Really nice compliment to Julio Jones. And he was a nice compliment in Cincinnati. I don't want to say he's not a number 1 receiver, but he plays that number 2 slot well, doesn't he?
He does, and I think it's because of his versatility. He can play in the slot. He can play out wide. They can use him as a wildcat quarterback. He has thrown passes in the NFL. In fact, going back to his days at Rutgers, I think he threw 18 passes while he was at Rutgers, so you never know what you're going to get when Mohamed Sanu has his hands on the football.
Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
And, Charles, they get the field goal. Took him a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And the Panthers coming out now. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what I think that factored in. I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Now Stewart on 1st down. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, not a huge game there as we head towards the 2-minute warning. It'll be interesting to me to see what they decide to do after the timeout.
And we've arrived at the 2-minute warning here in half number 1. And they still need 8 yards for the first here on 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down is Newton. It's complete to Brown, right side. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a Carolina first.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Partner, we're into the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you've got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
Greg Olsen was the intended target, and it's third down.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Throwing on third down, Newton. And caught left side, Olsen.
Okay, I have to take a second here and talk about Greg Olsen, the tight end for the Carolina Panthers. Third straight year over 1,000 yards in receptions. And guess what? That's the first time that's ever happened in NFL history. 3 straight years by a tight end.
That's really something. Now 31 years of age. They're going to need him next year to turn it around because a very disappointing season.
Not the season anyone expected, least of all the Carolina Panthers, but he's a building block that they can go ahead and get back to form starting in 2017.
And the back goes into motion. Now Ryan on first down. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to loft one deep. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 65 yards. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability. And this one through the uprights and good. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Carolina getting set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some.
On the ball. Go.
Now a first down throw for Newton. He's going to launch this into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And some room to work. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
And they'll get set here looking for the two-point conversion.
Gun. Hey, let's go.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And someone a little too eager to block this extra point. Henceforth, the flag. So now they'll try it again as they line up to go for 2. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Coming off the pick six, it's Newton. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
Have to give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. They were prepared. Ordinarily, when they take the big shot downfield to the big guy, that's usually a mismatch that the offense is used to winning. But the preparation showed for the defense, and they were able to bat it away.
And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Man open left side is Brown. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know. I
would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Flushed out right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended receiver was Corey Brown. And it's third down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
So still a full 10 yards to go here for the offense on third down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Here's Newton. Funches with a catch over the middle. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Now this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. Tackle made by K1 short. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. Halfback sent in motion. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. That is caught inside the 5. And he's brought down after a good gain. 23 yards on the play.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Patrick DeMarco taking it in. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it into play before with the smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They score it.
And that has to warm the hearts of a lot of old-school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And last time out, went for it on 4th down. So the D-line's going to spread out. Now the Auburn alum, Artis Payne. And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First-level defensive line, second-level linebackers, third-level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first-level run, and it was stopped by a second-level player.
And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Tighten up. Set. 180. 45. Green. Take 4. Switch.
To throw on 2nd down is Newton. Looking for the tight end, Olsen, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Now the Falcons' offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Play clock winding down. Now Ryan on 2nd down. Sanu with a grab over the middle. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. He got 29 yards that time. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
Nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
And they'll add a DB in the secondary here on 3rd and 14. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, picked up by Thomas Davis.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time. And that's another great play to come away with the football.
He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now following the interception, here's Newton. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. Give him 11 on the gain there, and it'll be first down Panthers. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Newton now to throw. And caught left side, Olsen. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it seems almost effortless.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Newton to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And they went big on 1st down. Proves unfruitful.
Looks like they wanted to stay in attack mode after breaking off that nice chunk on their first play. They've decided to heave it downfield on this one.
Yeah, that first play, though, successful. Try number 2, unsuccessful. On 2nd and 10, Newton. Caught on the left side by Ginn. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now Newton on 1st down. And he finds his man, the tight end Olsen. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Newton throwing again. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Desperation time. Newton, 4th down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. They come up in an offset eye. Ryan turns and gives to DeMarco. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Time running out here on the play clock. Here's Ryan to throw. And Jones has it over the middle. A really nice gain of 25 yards. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead. Confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of the...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. K1 short in there to sack him for a loss of 6. On 2nd down, Ryan. Sanu with a grab over the middle. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Hey, let's go. Check.
And the tight end goes in motion left. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Oh, look at this. Ryan's going to throw it. Jones has it. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. And when these two are clicking, Ryan and Jones, and we've seen multiple hookups here in this one, usually their offense is clicking, and that's why they're winning.
Yeah, they tend to follow what those two do. They set the tone for either a good day or maybe a tougher day. And right now, we're seeing an excellent game because those two are finding each other. Doesn't matter where on the field, they're making plays.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Here's Ryan. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Austin Hooper from 3 yards out. And the Falcons add on. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
So now after the timeout, they'll try for it one more time.
Let's go. Check 50. Check 50.
To throw for it is Ryan. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Newton to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Back to throw, Newton. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Throwing is Newton. And Ginn's got it. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that first down pass.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. It's a big play there. Newton again. 53 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still...
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And this will likely be the last play and wrap things up. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. One last throw here for Newton. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So, Charles, are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is they ended the game on the field, that defensive unit on the field. What an exclamation mark.
And probably felt like they could go another 60 minutes without anyone putting points on the board against them. That's the confidence you gain throughout when you're pitching a shutout. And they're going to leave the stadium feeling like they're all 10 feet tall.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Till next time, we say so long